Hi friends, welcome to Rini's tutorial. Let us start with a new chapter, that is heredity and evolution. What do you mean by heredity? Heredity means the transmission of characters from parents to offspring. As we all know, the living organisms have the ability to produce their own young ones. And the young ones, that is offsprings, have the characters from the parents. That we call it as the heredity. For example, maize plant give rise to a maize plant, human will produce human. Here it is another example, that is father is having brown eye color and mother is having blue eye color. They are having four offsprings are there. Two are having brown eye color same like father and two are having the blue eye color same like mother. So mothers and fathers, that genetic character, that eye color is transferred to the next generation, that we call it as the heredity. The reproductive process give rise to a new individual that are similar but subtly different. So through reproductive process, the parents produce offsprings. These offsprings that are similar in their body design but they are subtly means small, minute difference will be present. There are two different types of reproductions are the asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, minimum variations are present. What do you mean by asexual reproduction? From a single parent, new individuals are produced. That process we call it as the asexual reproduction. From a single parent, offsprings are produced. That we call it as the asexual reproduction. So a single parent is involving for the production of their offspring. So the variation is minimum. Variation is minimum means very minute difference between the parents and the offspring. But in sexual reproduction, maximum variations are present. What maximum variation means? In a sexual reproduction, there are two parents are involved for the production of offsprings. Because of these two parents, the variation, that means the difference from the offspring, that is maximum. Maximum difference is present between the offspring and the parents. Next, accumulation of variation during reproduction. Here it is one example it is given, that is the original organism is the top. This is the original organism. This original organism give rise to two individuals, 1 and 2. These two individuals they are having similar body designs but they are subtly different. There will be small minute difference are present between the parents and the offspring. Here one difference is there. Here it is green color. Here it is red color. That is a small difference between the parents and the offsprings. And each of these individual give rise to next generation, give rise to next two individual. So in the next generation, each of the four individual in the bottom row will be different from one another. Here we can see all these four individuals are different from each other. They are different from each other. Some of these differences are unique. Here also same difference is there. Here is the same difference is there. So some of the differences are unique and the other differences are inherited from their parents. So this is about the asexual reproduction, that is minimum variations are present in the offsprings. So what do you mean by variation? What does it mean? Variation means the differences from parents. So depending upon the utility, there are three types of variations are there. They are useful variation, neutral variation and harmful variation. What do you mean by useful variation? Useful variation means the advantages to the individual. It helps to survive. Through this useful variation, it helps the organism to survive in the nature. Then what about the neutral variation? Neutral variation, it may or may not help the organism for survive. That we call it as the neutral variation. And next is harmful variation. This harmful variation eliminate the individual survive in nature. So it will eliminate that particular individual. It unable to compete with the other individuals that are having the useful variation. These are the three different types of variation. Next we have to study a term that is inherited traits. Traits, inherited traits means characters. Inherited traits means the characters that are obtained from parents in inheritance, that we call it as the inherited traits. For example, eye color, hair, shape of the nose, lips, ears, etc. So these are the characters that are passed from parents to offsprings. That process we call it as the inherited. The characters, the traits that are passed from parents to offspring, that characters we call it as the inherited traits. Next, rules for the inheritance of traits, Mendel's contribution. Gregor Johann Mendel is the father of genetics. It is one of the important questions. So what do you mean by genetics? The study of heredity and variation of inherited characters. That means heredity, the study of heredity. Heredity we studied. What is heredity? The transmission of characters from parents to offspring. Next term, variation. What do you mean by variation? The difference from the parents, that we call it as the variation of inherited character or inherited traits. That means the characters that are passed from parents to offspring. That study we call it as the genetics. Third point, he discovered the mechanism of transmission of characters from one generation to the next generation. So he discovered that the characters are transferred from one generation to the next generation. Next we will see the example. And the fourth point, both father and the mother contribute partially equal amount of genetic material to the child. For example, the human beings are having 23 pairs of chromosomes are having. So while gamete formation, what will happen? It will split up to 23 chromosomes in the gametes. So in sperm containing 23 chromosomes and the egg containing or ovum containing 23 chromosomes. And the father and the mother is contributing equal number of chromosomes to the child. That is why the child is having 23 pairs of chromosomes. 23 pairs means 46 chromosomes are present in the child. Trait can be influenced by both parental and maternal DNA. Trait means character. So characters are influenced by, because both parents are contributing this one set of chromosomes to the child. So these chromosomes are containing DNA. So DNA will contain the information for making the proteins. Proteins are the characters of the organism. And the last point, Mendel used a number of contrasting visible characters of garden peas. He first discovered that the heredity and variation, he first studied in the garden pea, that is Pisum sativum. Let us see what are the 7 different contrasting characters. Seed color, seed shape, pod color, pod shape, flower color, flower location and plant size. There are 2 different shapes are there. Seed shapes are there. They are round and wrinkled. So some of the pea plants are having round shape and some of the pea plant having wrinkled seed shape. Some are having yellow color, seed color, and some are having green seed color. And some of the pod having inflated shape and some of the having constricted shape. Next, pod color. Green color is there, yellow color is there. Green and yellow, it is a contrasting characters. And flower color, purple color pea plants are there and the white flower pea plants are there. Then flower location, axial and terminal are there. Plant size, tall and dwarf. These are the 7 contrasting characters that are present in the pea plant, that is Pisum sativum. Next we have to study 2 different terms, that is monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. Mono means one. So one, for crossing between 2 parents, we are taking only single pair of character. For example, we are taking height, or we are taking seed shape, or we are taking seed color or pod color. One character we are taking at a time. That we call it as the monohybrid cross. It is the cross between 2 parents different in a single pair of contrasting character. So 2 parents are here. These 2 parents, we are crossing these 2 parents. these two parents are different in only one pair of character. For example, these may be different for height, or these may be different in their seed color, or these may be different in their pot color or pot shape, flower position. One difference only present between these two parents. So we are crossing these two parents and they are having only one pair of characters are different. That we call it as the monohybrid cross. Example, cross between pure tall and a dwarf pea plant. What do you mean by pure tall or pure dwarf means? Pure tall means capital T, capital T. For tall plant, we are denoting as capital T, capital T. When we are denoting capital T, it means it is pure. Pure means their previous generations, all the plants are tall. That is capital T, capital T. That is pure tall. All the previous generations are tall. And what is dwarf? Small t, small t. So small t, that is dwarf plant. It is one of the recessive character. This small t means all their previous generations all are dwarf plant. That is small t, small t. Next is a dihybrid cross. What do you mean by dihybrid cross? It is a cross between two parents different in two alternative traits of two different characters. Here, these two parents, for example, these two parents, they are one parent, these two parents, they are different in two pair of characters. They are different in two alternative traits. For example, height and pot color, or round seed shape and the seed color. Any two characters, they will be different. And we are crossing these two plants at a time. For example, a cross between tall and purple bearing pea plant with dwarf and white bearing pea plant. So here we are taking two characters, tall and purple. Here dwarf and white. For example, this one is male and this one is female. So both are different in two characters, tall and purple. Here it is dwarf and white. This is one example for the monohybrid cross. It is capital T, capital T. That means they are pure tall. All the previous generations, all the plants are tall. Here it is small t, small t. Small t means all the previous generations all are dwarf plant. So what happens here? Capital T crossed with small t, small t. There are four offsprings are produced here. All are tall plant. And what is their genotype? Capital T, small t. It is not pure. Why it is not pure? Because previous generation, one is tall and one is dwarf. So the next generation, that is F1 generation, it is not a tall, pure tall plant. It is offsprings. This phenotype is tall, but it is not a pure tall. It is written as capital T, small t. And we are telling it is tall plant. So what happened to small t? So capital T is the dominant character. What do you mean by dominant character? Dominant characters means the characters that are expressed. That we call it as the dominant character. And what about the small t? Small t cannot express their character while the capital T is present. So this small t, we call it as the recessive character. So always the dominant character be written as a capital letter and the recessive character be written as the small letter. So dominant means expressed character and the recessive means the suppressed character. When the small t is suppressed while the capital T is present. If capital T is present, the small t cannot express their character. So in F1 generation, all the offsprings are tall and what is their genotype? Genotype means what is their gene? Capital T, small t. And what happens here? We self-pollinated the F1 generation. F1 generation we self-pollinated. So what are the offsprings we got? We got 4 offsprings and 3 of them are tall and 1 is dwarf. So what is the ratio here? 3:1. This is the phenotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio means the expressed, the visible characters, that we call it as the phenotypic ratio. So 4 offsprings we got here. In this 3 are tall and 1 is dwarf. Here you can see dwarf, that is small t, small t. Here capital T is absent. That is why the small t express their character. So monohybrid ratio is 3:1. Here monohybrid means only one character we are taking at a time. So two parents are there, they are different in only one character. So here it is one example, tall plant and the dwarf plant. Here both are capital T, capital T. So in gamete formation only one capital T is present here. Here small t is present. So while fusion of gametes, what happened? Capital T, small t. And capital T, small t. So all the plants are tall. And this F1 generation capital T, small t is self-pollinated. So self-pollinated, here we can see two are there. Capital T is there, small t is there. So we call it as a heterozygote. Capital T, same genotype is this. So it is called as a homozygote. Here it is hetero. Hetero means different. So there is chance of two different types of gametes. One gamete will be having capital T, another gamete will be having small t. Here also one gamete is having capital T, another gamete is having small t. So here capital T, one capital T from father, one from the mother. Here one from the father, one from the mother. Here also one from the father and one from the mother. Like that 4 offsprings are produced here. In these 4 offsprings, 3 are tall and 1 is dwarf. That is the phenotypic ratio 3:1. Next is dihybrid cross. Di means two. Two characters are different from the different in parents. That is round yellow. What do you mean round yellow? What are the different characters? Round is the seed shape and the seed color we are taking. So seed shape is round and the seed color is yellow. Round yellow and wrinkled green. So two parents are there. This is one parent. This is a second parent. So first and the second parent, they are different only in these two characters. That cross we call it as the dihybrid cross. So in dihybrid cross, capital R, capital R, capital Y, it is round yellow. And small r, small y, it is a wrinkled green. Here what happens here? Round yellow. So capital R from round, capital Y from yellow. Here wrinkled green, small r from R, green small y, small y. So what happens in the first F1 generation, first generation, all the plants are round yellow. All the plants are round yellow. And we are self-pollinating this F1 generation. So it is crossed with capital R, capital Y, small y. So what are the different gametes here formed? Capital R, capital Y, small r, small capital Y, capital R, small y, capital Y and small r, small y. These are the 4 different gametes. What are they? Capital R, capital Y, small r, capital Y, capital R, small y and small r, small y. These 4 gametes are present here. So 4 gametes are present in a male and 4 gametes are present in the female. Here it is a male and it is female. So while the fusion of 2 different gametes, what happened here? Round yellow, round yellow, round yellow, round yellow. So 9 round yellow we got and 16 gametes are produced here. Out of these 16, 9 are round yellow and 3 wrinkled yellow and next one 3 wrinkled green and 1 wrinkled green and 3 round green. So here 9 round yellow we got, 9 round yellow, 3 wrinkled yellow, 3 wrinkled yellow and 3 wrinkled green. So 3 round green and 1 wrinkled green. So out of these 4 characters, you can see 9 round yellow, 3 wrinkled yellow, 3 round green and 1 wrinkled green. Out of these 4 characters, 2 characters from the parents. What are first generation parents? Round yellow and wrinkled green. And 2 new combinations we can see. What are the 2 new combinations? Wrinkled yellow and the round green. These are the two combinations that are present in the dihybrid cross. So dihybrid cross ratio is 9:3:3:1. Next, what do the progeny of a tall plant with round seed and a short plant with wrinkled seed look like? Tall plant with round seed. It is one plant they are having tall plant with round seed, and the second plant they are having short plant with wrinkled seed. Tall and round are dominant character and short and wrinkled are the recessive characters. So what happens here? Let me check. So tall plant with round seed and short plant with wrinkled seed. It is crossed. We got F1 progeny. All the plants are tall plant with round seed. That means a tall plant with round seeds are the dominant character. And next is F1 progeny. We are self-pollinating. So capital T, capital R, small r. We are self-pollinating. What are the gametes are formed here? Capital T, capital R, capital T, small t, capital R, and small t, small r. It is the male gamete. And the second one, capital T, capital R, capital T, small t, capital R, and the small t, small r. This is a second set of gametes. So in these two gametes, while fusing, we got 9 tall plant with round seed, 3 tall plant with wrinkled seed, 3 short plant with round seed, and 1 short plant with wrinkled seed. That means 2 characters. What are the 2 characters? Tall plant with wrinkled seed, short plant with round seed. These are the new combinations. So here we can see new combinations from the parents. So F2 progeny that showed new combinations. Some of them would be tall but have wrinkled seed, while others would be short but have round seed. So tall or short character, round seed and wrinkled seed, they are independently inherited. That means the characters that are present in the plants, they are not dependent to each other. The tallness character or round seed shape or height or seed color, seed shape or pot color, pot shape or flower position, flower color, all these characters, they are independent. They are not dependent to each other. Next, how do these traits get expressed? So the cell contain the nucleus are present. The cell contain the nucleus. Nucleus contain the chromosomes are present. Inside the chromosomes, the DNA is tightly packed inside the chromosomes. And the DNA contain the genes. So what are genes? A section of DNA that provide information for one protein, that we call it as the gene. So DNA is a long thread-like structure. It is about 2.2 meter long, the DNA. So the DNA, the full part will not give the information for making the protein. Only the section, maybe this small section will provide the information for eye color, or maybe small sections will provide the information for making the protein. And that protein is the expression of the character. For example, plants have hormones that can trigger growth, but parents must be contributing a copy of the same gene. That means the plant hormone will help to increase the growth of the plant. That plant hormone, that information, the hormone have to make that information, the offspring have to get it from their parents. So the male parent and the female parent contributing copy of the gene to the offspring. So the offspring got the information, offspring gene got the information for making the hormone, and from this information the hormone they prepared and they triggered the growth. This is about the one example, that is cell contain the nucleus, nucleus contain the chromosomes contain the DNA, the section of DNA which provide the information that we called it as the gene. The last topic, that is sex determination in human beings. So the sex determination, the males are having the 2 sex chromosomes, they are the sex cells are the XY, and the females have the XX. So there are 23, in human beings there are 23 pairs of chromosomes are there. In these 23 pairs of chromosomes, 22 chromosomes are 22 pairs of chromosomes are autosomes that determine the characters of the individual, and one pair is the sex chromosome. Understood? So 23 pairs of chromosomes are present in human beings. In these 23 pairs, 22 pairs are autosomes and one pair sex chromosome. And the sex chromosome in male and the female both are different. Males have one pair of sex chromosome, they are X and Y, and in females that is X and X. So here we are taking the male and the female sex chromosome, that is XY. So XY, it is heterogametic. Hetero means different. So there are two chances of sperms are there. Sperms are having X chromosomes will be present, and some of the sperms are having Y chromosome. And the female only one set, that is XX. So the ovum can carry only X. So 22 autosomes and 1X. Here 22 autosomes, 1X. Here 22 autosomes and Y. So there are three sets are there. If the sperm carrying X chromosome fused with the ovum carrying X chromosome, it will be female. And the sperm carrying Y chromosome, it fuses with the ovum, it will be male. So there will be 50% of chance for offspring, that is male and the female. 50% chance for female and 50% chance for male. Next, another one example, that is male are heterogametic, 44 autosomes plus XY, and the female are homogametic, that is 44 autosomes plus XX. So in sperms there are two chances there. What are they? 22 autosomes plus X chromosome, 22 autosomes plus Y chromosome. So total here how many chromosomes are there? 23 chromosomes are here, and here 23 chromosomes are here. Here also 23. So the 22 autosomes and the X chromosome, here 22 autosomes and the X chromosome. What will be the result? It is female. Here 22 autosomes and X. What are they? Next 22 autosomes Y and 22 autosomes X. What is the result? Male. Understood? So 22 autosomes X and 22 autosomes X. What will be the result? Female. 22 autosomes plus Y and 22 autosomes plus X. What will be result? Male. So that is 4 offsprings are here. In this 4, 2 are female and 2 are male. That means the 50% of chance for male and the female. This is about the heredity. Thanks for watching. Please share and subscribe my channel.